What's up everybody? So we're back out in the shop and today we're going to be making my plunge line jig. This guy right here. This is how I get good plunge lines. So I'm going to show you how to do it because I've been asked by a few people to go ahead and make a video on it. Now we're going to take it one step further and we're going to actually go on a little bit of a field trip and I'm going to take y'all to Lowe's. We're going to go to the sections and I'm going to show you what to actually purchase from there. And then we're going to bring it back here and go ahead and make it. So let's jump into it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over here to the bracket section in Lowe's. You can go to Home Depot or Lowe's. I chose Lowe's for this. But these are $3.68 a piece. We're going to need to grab one of these. And the size on this is 12 inches by 1 1/8. The reason why we're choosing this particular one is because the holes are centered on it. And we definitely want the holes to be centered because if you choose a piece like this right here, where the holes are offset, it's really not going to make it easier on you whenever you go to make this jig. So we're going to go ahead, grab the one that has the centered holes, and that's the one we're going to use. And then we're going to go ahead and go to the stainless steel section in the hardware. And I personally like the Allen head or Allen key head bolts, but this one is a 3/8 16 by 1 inch piece of hardware here, and they're $2.91 a piece. And we definitely need 2 of these, so we're going to go ahead and grab 2, and then we're going to hop over to the nut section. And we need a 3/8 or 2 3/8 nuts. They're 47 cents a piece. So we're going to go ahead, grab 2 of these. Now you can grab the Teflon locking ones if you want, but I find that these work just fine and they stay tight just as long as you need them to be tight. So we're going to grab 2 of those. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to mark out the lines that we're going to be cutting on this piece right here. And we're going to do 4 lines because we need 2 separate pieces. And all I'm doing is I'm going 1/4 inch past the holes. That's plenty of excess to make sure that we have enough room for our hardware to sit. But I'm going to mark out 4 of those lines. And then while it's still one whole piece, we're going to go ahead, go to the drill press, and get the holes drilled from the 1/4 inch size that they come out to a 3/8 hole, because you want it to be really snug to the 3/8 hardware that we picked. So that's what we're doing right here. We're just getting it drilled out to the 3/8. And then we're going to take it to the bandsaw, and we're going to go ahead and get it cut down into its 2 separate segments. So it's going to look just like this right here. And then we're going to take these pieces over to the belt grinder and we're going to get them smoothed out. Now these little magnets that you can get from Harbor Freight are absolutely amazing. You can do so many things with them. I've used this one for the past year, flattening stock and things like that, but works perfect for this. We need to get these really smooth so that whenever they pinch together, there's a very, very tight tolerance on it. Now, we got it bolted together right here so that we can go ahead and make all the sides even. Now, the top and the bottom, that's more just aesthetics, but whenever we actually go in and do the sides, we want to make sure that they're nice and smooth, because the sides is what actually controls your plunge line. So right here where I'm getting the sides all flat, that's what's going to make your plunge lines really nice and even, because you want to get both sides super smooth and even so that that transfers to your plunge lines being super smooth and super even. So that's what we're doing right there, getting it all nice and squared up. Now, getting it put together, and I like the way that this is set up over my last one because the tolerances on this are very very snug and it works out really well. This gives you an idea of how we go ahead and mount it on there, and you can tighten it with Allen keys and, you know, socket wrench or something like that if you want to. I just did it by hand here to give y'all an idea, but I am going to go ahead and show it to you in use. Now, this is my older plunge line jig because I haven't had a chance to have fun with the new one, but this gives you an idea how it works. You just bump it straight up to the edge of the platen there, and it doesn't let you go any further than that. And there it is, guys. Alright, so this is how it turned out. And whenever I made this one, I made it a little bit beefier and a little bit more precise than my first one that I did. This one has almost no play, where this one has a ton of play. Now, whenever you tighten it down, it's perfectly fine, but this one just doesn't have all that play in it. So that's the one I showed y'all how to make. And the reason why plunge line jigs are important is even if you're freehanding your bevels, it's nice to not have to freehand your plunge lines. So whenever you're doing plunge lines and you want them to be straight on both sides and actually line up real well where your ricasso is, it's nice to have a plunge line jig to make sure those are nice and crisp. But guys, hopefully this helped you out. If it did, awesome. Give this video a thumbs up, and if y'all would, hey, share this video or share a video that I've done in the past that might be your favorite. And guys, if you haven't yet, bottom corner, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you get notified of whenever I make stuff like plunge line jigs, things like this right here, things like that right there, all that stuff. Yeah, so go ahead, subscribe, and guys, thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for checking this out. I hope y'all have an amazing day. I'll catch y'all next time.